Should transgendered swimmers be able to compete against non-transgendered swimmers, i.e. swimmers who have been women from the day they were born? Leah Thomas last spring won a competition in the States, a big one, and she is, when you look, head and shoulders above all the other swimmers, and she really raced ahead. And she was a he, but she is a she now, and I understand the argument that if you're transgendered, you are fully transgendered. But then, all the other swimmers are saying, well, this isn't fair. So finally, we have now a decision that is a not woke decision. The international body has said, if you haven't transitioned by the time you are 12 years old, in other words, you've hit puberty as a male, then you can't, even if you've transitioned and become a woman, you can't compete against women. For those people who have been transgendered, they have a category now called other. Well, of course, that decision came out and everybody in that community said, unfair, discriminatory. Leah Thomas, who won that, said, I had no biological advantage over all those other swimmers, even though the truth was that her times were far better than anybody had ever done as a female from birth. It's a complicated issue. I understand when someone is a woman in a man's body that they want to sometimes switch over. No one should do it before the age of 12 or even 16, that's another debate. But here we have this situation now where at least a recognized body is saying, this isn't right, this isn't fair. It's like going into the Olympics and you have somebody who has been a bodybuilder for 30 years and says, oh, I really am a woman, and they become a woman physically. So there's this 20 years of testosterone fighting against a bodybuilder who is a woman. And female bodybuilders are really, really strong, but they're going to lose against the guy, the woman who was formerly a guy. I know I'm probably going to get some complaints about this because I made it once a slip as to whether you're still a guy or not. No, transgendered is transgendered. And that's what they want us to think, but it's unfair in sports, in certain other activities. And I think that this decision from the International Swimming Association is probably the start of something going right. Even Caitlyn Jenner is saying, that's right. And she was a he and was a championship swimmer. So, some good things on the horizon. I read the comments that you leave after every show, and I get it. A number of you don't like my glasses. But a number of you saying, when we're asking for money, well, how much money does he need? I do not get a penny for doing this show. I do this show because I believe there has to be an outlet for discussion, analysis, news, Trudeau's $700,000 kitchen, and I wouldn't be there in the mainstream news. I'm asking for money because these guys behind the camera, the crew, they need to get paid to do their job. So, help us. Press subscribe, press PayPal.